Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Queen's Park for Life. As always, I'm your host Glenn Marshall. This week on the show we've got the much anticipated Vice President, Donald Gray coach, Junior coach, and of course life member Cory Johnson. How you doing, Jono? You right, mate?
Yeah, a bit tired, sore, but...
Same.
Good, no, but nervous.
She was nervous?
Just a tad.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, yeah, you'd think you'd be relaxed after last night.
Definitely not, yeah. Anyway, no, good to be here, mate.
Yeah, well, why don't you give us a wee sort of brief run through of your history with the club, mate?
Me, yeah, joined QP as a 5-year-old, and a few years ago, obviously.
Just a couple.
Around the mid-80s. Yeah, played juniors for the club, yeah, right up to a teenager, and then obviously continued on to senior football. And then, yeah, just carried on to join committees and help out in that way, and coached a few teams on the way, and yeah, done a bit of everything really.
Yeah.
That's about it, really.
On the committee as well.
Yeah, committee. That's always been fun. Obviously, you learn a lot and you work with some really good people over the years, and yeah, no, it's been good. It's been yeah, really good.
Sort of a lot of people, when they think about Queen's Park, they probably actually think about you, like you're quite synonymous with the club these days. For you yourself, when you think about our club, who do you sort of envision when you put the club in your head?
For me, I guess going back and when I started growing up, watching the senior side players, Lindsay Barnett, the Ian Edwards, Peter Edwards, just guys like that, Doug McIntosh. Good players. Growing up as a kid, that's sort of where your passion starts, watching guys doing it on the field. Obviously, when you're young, you're not looking at committee level too much. It's all about the game, and yeah, that's QP for me. When I look back, and now I guess the present times you're looking at the inspiration you're getting from people like Leanne and Mitch and Paddy and guys like that, and what they're doing for the club. Also, yeah, seeing members, 40, 50 years involved in the club, like John Mays, the Wad, Kriggs, people like that. That's certainly special to still see people like that involved.
Inspiring a bit, isn't it? Really?
It is, yeah, it is, because these are people that played for the club and then continued to not only support on committees, but now they just turn up and support every team. You'll see them at junior games, women's games, men games. It just doesn't matter. They'll support the club, whatever we're doing. So yeah, for me, that's what I think of, people like that. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. In terms of your coaching that you've done, how many league titles have you actually won as a coach, and which do you rate the highest?
League title?
Men and women, obviously.
Yeah. I think I've won 2 Donald Grays. Yeah, 2 Donald Grays and 2 women's titles. So yeah, first one with Donald Gray in 2004, and again in our Jubilee year in 2008.
Were you a player coach for both of those?
Both those, I was a player coach, yeah, I was. And yeah, the woman obviously winning our first ever title, I think it was. You were,
as far as I'm aware of, yeah.
You were my assistant coach, that's right, I forget that sometimes. You were there. Yeah, that was very special, but I think if I was going to pick one, in 2004, we were rebuilding. It was only 2 years before that. As a club, we only actually had one team, and it was in Division 2, I believe. So to come back and get the club going, we really needed something special just to give us a kickstart and doing, rebuilding the club. So to win the league in 2004, and with a bunch of guys that were, a lot of them were QP juniors all the way through: Jordan Coots, Tristan Baldy, Ryan Boyle, Brady Johnson, myself. And to do it with a couple of good friends, and Matt Burgess, Chris Pearson, I think that year will always be the one I rate the highest. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah.
And to be fair, it must be harder as well when you are playing to sort of try and run a sideline, organise that sort of thing.
Yeah, thinking back, I don't think it probably was. I was actually talking to Matt Burgess about it the other day, and yeah, it was easier when you're younger because you're a bit fitter. You just play. It didn't matter. I think now, doing it now, like obviously, we played old boys.
Like yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday, and yeah, running around and trying to think about everyone else's position and trying to breathe and straighten your calves out at the same time wasn't easy.
Fight off the cramp.
It gets harder. But no, player coaching has its challenges for sure. It always did. But limited with coaches, we just had to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so obviously you're coaching Donald Gray this year. What sort of are your expectations for the team this year? Obviously, at the end of the day, we're a reserve team playing everyone else's first team, but that doesn't mean there's no expectations of ourselves, is there?
No, I mean, as you know, I'm quite an arrogant person, and I refuse to give up. I mean, we're gonna give it everything we've got, no doubt about it. But I think, looking at the game yesterday against Old Boys, we went down 3-1 and really probably should have won. The chances we created in the first half, we should have done well. So I think early signs on how we're going to go is we will be right up there. I think it's in our hands to pull something off. And we should be aiming to win the league. I don't think we should be aiming for anything less than that, really.
Yep.
I don't see the point. Yeah.
So when Rat came on earlier, a few episodes ago, he did a careful. Watch.
We've had a couple.
Yeah. We don't need to break trophies.
No.
Rat did an all-time men's 11. So you're probably the most experienced women's coach we've had. As far as I can remember, you would have coached the women's team the most.
Yeah, 6 seasons.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you for an all-time women's 11, and let's see what you come up with here.
Yeah, I hope it's not as controversial as Rats was, because it's been a hot topic. No, I'll give you that.
Start and goal.
We'll start and goal. Yeah, I'll set up with a 4-4-2. Goalkeeper. It has to be our current president, Leanne Dustin, for me. She when she started goalkeeper, I think you were coach then, or did she do it the year before? Yeah, Stu Kent's year maybe.
Yeah. So I was assistant then as well.
Yeah, so her netball background really helped that, and she took that role really well. And it was, as you know, goalkeeping in women's football is very important. A lot of goalkeepers and other teams have...
Arguably the most crucial position.
I think so, bouncing balls over their heads, etc. But Leanne just took the role on well, and she's a great goalkeeper, and she would also captain my side for sure. Yeah.
Good start.
It's a good start, yeah. My back four, I would start with Charlie Macarita at sweeper. See Charlie, you know her well, and she could probably play any position. I think she has, but she would sweep my side. In front, Monica Linda, the Swedish sensation. She's just strong, talented, could play at any level, I believe, in this country. My fullbacks, I would definitely have Jess Mallon and Charlotte Harris. They would be my 2 fullbacks. So across that back line, it's plenty of strength.
A lot of strength.
A lot of strength.
And skill, to be fair.
Skill, and as we know, Charlotte and Jess love to tackle. And as you know, I love a tackle as well. So, they definitely walk in there. My midfield 4, I would start with Kate Allison / Bunting now. Yeah. She would definitely be in there, the little maestro. And Kirsty here, obviously. Coming down from Dunedin Tech, playing a couple of seasons, the last couple of seasons, top player, won obviously national titles.
Hard to leave out, yeah.
Well, you're not leaving her out, are you?
Kate Shepherd Cup winner, and
it's good. She's a top player and a good girl too. Yeah, runs the game. My wingers, I would start with Megan Leslie now.
Yeah.
I believe. Got to remember this. She would start at right midfield. See, Megan's a top player, good athlete, looks after herself well. She would definitely be in there. And Mary-Ann Cant, obviously you know Mary-Ann well.
Yeah.
Played a very high level, I think a bit of National League as well for Otago. And when we got her, she was definitely the best player in Southland at the time.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. She won us a few games.
She did, and she was an arrogant player actually. When you think about it, yeah. Mary-Ann was, she was good.
She was quite aggressive as well, to be fair. She loved to tackle too.
Loved to tackle.
Tell you what, there's no one getting any free passes in this team so far.
No, there's no one. And as I said, it's an important part of the game in my eyes. Up front, I think we start with Nicole Dawson. I think she's definitely, I think the season she had was Stu. What did she bang in? It was something ridiculous at goal.
30 something goals. Yeah.
I think that was probably the
Mid-30s.
height of what she did for us was that year. But look, even years after Nicole, you know, if there's an opportunity outside the box on the edge of the area, that's the player you would want on it for sure. And a good girl again.
Shoot off both feet.
Shoot off both
inside
feet.
and outside.
Hold the ball up well. She's up front. Along with her up front is probably my all-time favourite player. Without a doubt, she's given us many good times over the years. Scored, I believe, a late goal to win us a league 1 year off the bench.
Yep.
Yeah. Lauren Christie, club junior. I think probably one of the hardest left foot shots I've seen in football, and that would be men's included. I think there's a lot of guys that would have a left foot that could slap it like that. So, no, Lauren, full of pace and plays with a smile. She's a good kid. So
I remember one night we were in someone's garage and we were waiting to hear back from Lauren about whether she could play the next day. I'm not sure if this was that game you're talking about, or it might have been a cup final. I can't remember.
That was the league game. It was the Saturday night before.
Yeah.
And I got the text.
Yeah, you got the text and that garage just started rocking. I think Brodie was there as well, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we went home. We were that happy, and it come true. She came off the bench and just scored, didn't she?
Yeah.
As she does. So Lauren would complete that side, and Leanne would captain it. And yeah, I think that's
any honourable mentions? Or?
Probably Sarah Kerr at the back. Sarah just misses out there, and she wouldn't mind missing out to those four either. But Sarah, she's a top defender for us.
Yeah.
Really, right through. She would definitely get an honourable mention.
Oh well, moving on, mate. You've sort of come into a lot of roles at the club. You do a lot for the club every season. What drives you to continue doing that?
It's the people around you. I think you don't have to look far for inspiration in this club, do you? The hard work people put in, you know, you hear these names every week on your shows, get rattled out, but it is those people, I think, alone. That's what it's about. It's not, I think as you get older, it's not always about winning or what you're achieving. It's actually working side by side with people that give up their own time. And you see that, you see the sacrifices, you know, Leanne, Mitch, Alistair, Adam over the years and recent years, and then you know, I can go back 20, 30, 25 years ago and also look at, you know, Robin Criggington and Lindsay Barnett and the work those guys and many more have put in. That's what keeps you going. If they do it, why shouldn't you? You know,
and I guess sort of you're in an interesting situation where you've seen the club probably at its lowest.
I have,
and I guess you've got no interest in seeing it back there.
No, it's always a nightmare you don't want to relive, but also it's an experience. You know, when you see all these mistakes made, which I was lucky enough growing up to see how a club can end up like that, and I think that helps having myself and a lot of others around that have seen that, and they know, you know, what to do to avoid that happening again. Yeah, keep working hard, really.
Yeah. So there's one stat here that I think you knew was going to be brought up that someone might have touched on earlier. 31 red cards, which is one for every year I've been alive.
Okay.
Out of those, I don't know if you can remember them all, but is there anyone in particular that you thought you didn't deserve at all? And is there one where you thought, I'm lucky to not get a longer suspension for this?
Well, the 31 is probably about 20 that I thought I didn't deserve, but probably got them because of the other 11. If you get me, you know, you get a reputation in a small town like this, and I tell a lot of players that don't get one because it does stick. I think the one that probably comes to mind the most would be, I think Kev was coaching. It might have been at 2016-17, and we were playing at Waverley Park, and I was just minding my own business, walking. I was playing on the wing, and I was just walking, and David Fossbender it was. And if you know David, he's a pretty clumsy bloke. He probably trips over getting dressed in the morning, you know, and he was just running backwards, just backing up, and he's just backed right into me and fallen over. And of course the referee turned around and just seen David on the ground and me standing there looking guilty, and yeah, he gave me a red card.
You actually, Were you being subbed off as well? Were you
I was
going
about to be subbed.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
you
so
were
that's
subbed.
why
You were
I think
running
that's-
off. You were running off.
I think
or
that's
something.
why I was making my way over to the sideline now. I think, yeah, and no, we didn't get to make that sub because I got sent off. And I remember the old boys coach came out to me after the game and said, we can put a letter in for you. Even they said it's unbelievable, but I won't name the referee, but yeah, he just thought he'd make a decision and yeah, he made it. And that was, I was pretty angry. Yeah.
Not like you.
No, not at all. No, not at all, mate. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there one in particular where you thought, yeah, no, I deserve that?
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, you know, football's a passionate game, and sometimes there's a fine line between passion and, you know, losing your head. Yeah, I think probably, yeah, there was a game, one game where, yeah, I probably got sports mixed up and thought I was in a boxing ring, not a football pitch, and yeah, I wasn't very proud of that, but I went all right, but yeah, that was not called for, it never is, but yeah, the game.
As long as you learn from it and don't do it again.
Yeah, never did it again.
That's the main thing, mate.
Yeah, definitely deserved a read that day.
Oh, well, it was a big day yesterday. We had Mosgiel down in the Football South Premier League, which unfortunately the boys, after being up 2-0, couldn't quite get the job done, and we ended up losing 4-3. So what we'll do now is we'll check out the highlights of that and then the coach's thoughts afterwards. And then, yeah, we'll have a yarn about the game.
What about 7? Go on, baby! Keep driving! Fucking hell! Keep going! It's coming! Mate! Get back, Jordy, follow him, Jordy! That's all right, David! On, hit him! What a great assist! You wanker! Yeah!
Hey, before I start, I just want to thank you for your hospitality, and I want to thank the officials today. If we don't have them, we don't have this level of football that turns up. Our first half, I'll just pass. We did. I don't know if it's travelling or what it is. We did not play the game that we normally play. If it was on grass, it could have been a bit different. So that's all I can say about the first half. But those boys will be getting a bit of a training lesson on Tuesday. For you, the first half, you played absolutely brilliant football for being on the turf. And you scored, if you scored another couple of goals in that first half, we would have been looking at a different scoreline. But all the best for our guys for the second half. We actually started to knock the ball around. We made some changes. And we started to keep the ball down on the deck and put a couple away. A couple of goals that, I was talking to your coach there and he said 15 minutes you dropped off a wee bit, which was something that might have happened. It does happen, the concentration level. But we did put in some good pressure and force the errors on you guys. So it was good to come away for our first win today. And yeah, we sort of don't know how we did it, but we did very well in that half to win. So I've got 3 players that I want to stack out that play very well, and that's Taylor. He scored the 2 goals, and young Jacob come in the midfield. He played some nice, lovely touches and scored a brilliant goal. And that could have, dropped your heads a wee bit. And yeah, but good on you for coming back. Well done, and we'll see you next year, next game. And I'm sure it'll be totally different. So thank you.
Who's your player today?
I've said the 2. That's Taylor, Jacob, and Armin was the guy at the back there done all the work.
And you got to pick one.
Oh, one. Well, they didn't. Well, I'll just go for Taylor.
Thanks for that. Thanks, Mosgiel, for coming back. And safe journey home as well, and well played. Thanks to the refs. You had a good game today, all 3 years. So, thank you. It's never an easy task. But yeah, you're a good ref, so well done. On the game, I think you've pretty much summed it up. First half, we've played some really good stuff. Not taking our chances. Left you in it, left you with a chance. And unfortunately, you took that chance. When it's gone to 2-0, I think we've thought the game were won. I think we were back in the sheds. And we've made mistakes, very, very basic mistakes. And unfortunately at this level, what we're finding is that if you don't take your chances and make mistakes at the other end, we're getting punished. This ain't Donald Gray anymore, boys. We can't take 20 chances to score. We have to sort this out. And we're saying it all the time. We're working hard, we're doing the yards, but when it comes to finishing off chances, I can't go out there and help you out. You're going to have to find a way of relaxing and putting them away once you get them, because we can't just go on like this. I think as well, for the boys that were out there today, you've put in a massive shift, and we've been let down by a couple who decided they had other things to do than play a game of football today, and that's really disappointing as well. We're having to make 4 or 5 changes before every game, and then we're picking up 2 or 3 injuries every week as well. You're looking at 6, 7 changes every week, and we just can't sustain it. We haven't got that depth to sustain it. So that's disappointing, but look, no excuses. The last half an hour you've played some brilliant stuff, and whilst we did make mistakes, your finishes were fantastic. They really were. You've given the keepers no chance, and really well played. So as I say, safe journey home. Enjoy your night, enjoy your 3 points. I think you probably felt a little bit like us, judging on what I've seen today, where you maybe felt that you should have had a win before today. We probably feel that we should have had one, at least one by now. But yeah, see you next round, and good luck between now and then. For us, player of the day, probably got to go with, we had to do a reshuffle and move Rio from midfield to centre back, and I thought he played really well, so well done Rio, man of the match today. Thanks everyone.
Oh, well, another loss. Not ideal, is it? But there was some encouraging sort of moments in that game. Really, we did sort of dominate that first half and probably should have had 3 or 4 goals, and unlucky not to, but it comes back to not being clinical in the final third again, doesn't it? We just don't seem to have that finishing sort of aspect at the moment, and we're just letting ourselves down defensively just with a few lapses, aren't we? Like, I don't know what the solution is here, but what did you make of it anyway?
Oh, I agree with that. I mean, we're creating. I guess it could always be worse. We could always be talking about not creating. I mean, we're doing that now, and it's happening. And I think the solutions, unfortunately, is time, experience. We're talking about young guys that are playing this level for the first time. I don't know what's in their head when they're in front of goal. They probably need to talk about that and work out what's going wrong. But I think all in all, it's experience. They just need to hang in there, keep going. It'll come. Yeah. But you're right. There was 3 or 4 players that have probably woken up today and having a good think about themselves and what they could have done. I mean, really, they could have been 4-0 up at half time, which in any game of football's game over, isn't it? So
yeah,
that didn't happen, and at that level, we say it everywhere, you pay the price, for sure.
And even we were still 2-0 up into the second half as well. You sort of expect to win from that situation, don't you?
Yeah, I felt at 2-0 they just dropped off a little bit, didn't they? And yeah, I don't know whether they pushed for too much for another one, possibly, where maybe a little bit of experience was needed, and we keep using that word. And yeah, again, the only way you're getting experience is staying there and stay in the league, keep playing the games, keep working hard at training, and you'll learn how to protect those leads, eventually.
It was a makeshift back line as well, to be fair. Obviously, Rio stepping back from midfield into centre back.
Rio was fantastic.
Yeah.
Play anywhere.
He can play anywhere, of course.
George, he had a good game in front of him, but I'm sure they'll still look at themselves at 2-0 and wonder why they didn't see it out. But I still back them to come right. They'll work it out and get there in the end. I know there's still a lot of players missing, and I think he's going to be full strength or close to it on the triple A to Sunnyvale this Saturday. So it's a big game for us, obviously.
And good to see Caleb Cresco make his debut for the club and score a goal. He was only on for 10-15 minutes, got a goal.
He's a good kid, and he was on the field for I think 30 seconds, got the ball, shrugged his shoulder one way, went the other, and straight away done a goal, and he was away. And I think he scored, didn't he, late in the game as well? And
yeah, he did. Yeah, he scored our third.
Yeah, no, good guy, good kid, and he's hopefully okay. He was a bit sluggish after walking. He didn't look too good after the game. I hope he'll recover from that and be on the bus for the triple A to Dunedin this week. He's
certainly going to be a sort of crucial player for the rest of the season for us. Hopefully he can get that ankle right. And he was worried about his lungs more than anything. He told me after the game. Your lungs, mate.
Yeah. I found that interesting.
I'd swap you for your lungs right now, and you'd be killing yourself if you had mine.
Yeah, well, I seen your lungs yesterday, literally just warming up, and he doesn't want your lungs, mate. But no, he'll be fine. It's great to have him back, and a couple more to come back in next week, and hopefully we can go out to Green Island and get the job done. Get some points on the board.
And obviously we had senior games down here as well. Donald Gray. Almost the same story, isn't it?
Exactly.
Couple mistakes at the back, old boys score, and we just have multiple chances, can't put in the net.
Yeah, I think we created the first 3 or 4 opportunities of the game. We really kept them at bay, and it was all us. And I knew when we missed them, I've been around a while and I know how games work. You miss chances like that early in a game, it'll come back to bite you because it's a lift for a side, isn't it? You know you got out of jail, and they did. And then we've made an error at the back, Glenn. I can't remember who it was.
Well, I can tell you what happened. Conrad threw me the ball, and I tried to pass it back to him.
It was you, wasn't it?
And I hit it halfway.
That's right. Yeah.
And then they just crossed it and scored.
Yeah, and I seen you drop your head and walk away. You didn't really want to look at anyone after that. And
no.
That's footy.
Well, nothing needed to be said, did it? Get on with it.
Oh, I felt like saying something, but no, I kept it to myself, mate. But no, we conceded 2 goals in the first half, and going 2-0 down to break, but happy of how we played, and then obviously we drew the second half 1-1. They scored very, very late.
pretty much last kick of the game.
No, I'm very happy with the performance. We're going to be fine. Absolutely.
Div 1, they were away to Tiana, weren't they?
Yeah, that's a tough trip. Well, you've done that with me.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
They're a strong side at home.
Physical, good side, and I didn't expect much. Obviously, the club's got 10 to 12 players out across the two top teams this Saturday, so the Div 1 were really struggling for a side, and they went up there for 4-all draw. So what a result. I haven't talked to anyone about it.
No, I haven't seen anyone.
How the game went, but 4-all was a great result for them. Yeah, absolutely.
Div 2, I think they just rolled through Wahopai, didn't they?
Play Wahopai over here and won 10-1, and I heard they were crap in front of goal. Didn't take their chances, but scored 10 goals. So I'm not sure how that works.
I think the top teams need a bit of that, not taking chances and scoring 10.
Don't know how they scored. Yeah. I would have liked to have seen that game on video actually, but yeah.
And obviously the result of the day for us was the women. Is it 9-0? 9-0 over Wyndham.
I think so, yeah.
Which, great result for us start. We weren't really sure what Wyndham were going to bring to the table. They didn't play pre-season. So it's just a great result really, isn't it?
Yeah, and from what I hear, it was all the young girls again, shining. The young teenagers, so that's exactly what we want, with all the young juniors coming through. That's what we want to see. So no, Leanne will be stoked, and great start for the girls to retain the Colt Cup.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh well, mate, it's that time of the week where we'll put you to the test and see how many points you can rack up. I know Rat's been raving about being the only person to score 5 pens so far. So
is he the only one?
He's the only one to score 5, and the whole town knows about it. Righto, mate, who am I? I was born on the 18th of October, 1977, in Australasia. Just remember, you get one guess per clue. First guess is worth 50 points, then 40 and so on.
44, 43. Ryan Nelson.
Fuck, you're a fuckwit too. God damn it.
Really?
It's Ryan Nelson. Yep, it's Ryan Nelson. You've smashed it on the first go. I thought that was going to be hard as fuck, to be honest. I can't believe you've just guessed that. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I was pissed off last week when Ian got it on the first one.
So I'm not going to lie, I've been looking at date of births on...
Oh, you...
No, but it didn't look at him. I was checking Jojo Mourinho, Alex Ferguson,
I
John Terry.
knew I had to step away from
Chelsea.
Premier League team that you support.
Yeah, Australasia, when you said that, I guess I'm thinking obvious as Winton Roof, big name players. Ryan Nelson's no bigger than that, so...
Yeah. Wow, Ryan Nelson, there you go. Boom, 50 points.
Church boy, yeah.
So you put yourself in a pretty decent position here to go top of the table, mate.
So I just need 5 pens.
You just need to live up to Rat's expectations.
Wow. I'm still nervous. Brilliant.
So, well done, mate. I tell you, that's a cracking guess. I thought I'd have you at least on the first couple this week, but
Love a good quiz, mate.
Not to be. Well done. Oh, well, we'll go step outside, mate, and...
Can we do stretches?
Oh, I won't be, but you do you.
10 minutes.
If I do a stretch, I'll pull a muscle.
Yeah,
so.
I know that. Okay.
Righto, let's go, boss.
Let's do it.
Righto, penalties with Jono this week. Just a reminder for those at home, if you score the penalty, that's 5 points. Miss the target, -5. If I save it, that's nothing. Hit the blue target, that's 10 points. Hit a yellow target, that's 20. She's a bit wet, and Jono's been moaning. Everyone else has done it in the dry. He's not happy, but prediction here, mate. What do you reckon?
I should get all 5.
You should get all 5.
I'd be disappointed if I didn't. In fact, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy for a long time.
Oh, hopefully I can make you not happy then.
Good luck with that, Glenn.
Jono, smashed it, mate. 30 points on the pens. That's the highest total so far. So obviously with your 50 from the Who Am I, 80 points, taking a commanding lead. You'll be stoked, mate.
Yeah, happy. No, it's, I think, yeah, as I said, Rat, you mentioned it, getting 5, you must get that at least. And, yeah, to do that, I'm happy. It's, yeah, 4 wasn't an option.
It's, yeah, it's definitely a good thing that Rat's now not the only person to score 5, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's easier on the ears, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Righto, well, fixtures this week coming up. Our Premier side are away to Green Island. That game will kick off at 2:45. I'm not sure if we'll have the live stream available or not. We'll figure that out later in the week. The Donald Gray team, we are playing the Southland youth team at the Turf at 3 p.m.
We are.
The Women's Colt Cup team, they're at home again, this time to Old Boys, kicking off at 1 o'clock. Div 1 are out at O'Rourke Park against Thistle at 1 p.m. Div 2 are at home to Gore after the women at 2:45. And as always, a big thanks to the sponsors, Hop and Vine, Invercargill and Winton Flooring Extra, Niagara Sawmill, down at NZ, Fit for You, Local Pack, and of course the Calvin Hotel, who, yeah, we had a good time there last night, didn't we?
I think so.
You might have noticed we're down to 1 camera for the penalties this week. That's because my old camera mate came out to the sponsors and just had a bit much of a good time and couldn't quite make it here today.
He was confident last night.
He was very confident. Yeah. That's right, these things happen.
If anyone's seen him, it'd be good.
Yeah, Nick, if you could give me a call, just to make sure you're alive, that'd be handy, mate. But yeah, no, that's us for another week. Cheers for coming on, Jono.
No, it's been good. Yeah.
And yeah, hey, we'll see you next time. Captain, leader, legend, Rio on next week. So we look forward to that. And remember, as always, guys, Queen's Park for life.